Oo nga, Joey, sige Darian, nagrarant na puro appointed daw ni FPRRD ang nasa Supreme Court. Kung ang sinasabi nila na yung Supreme Court, hindi mga appointed yan ni PRRD, Diyos ko, hinayaan nga nila makulong si PRRD despite the glaring violation of constitutional rights of PRRD. I think this decision of the Supreme Court is also about their survival. Because majority of the Supreme Court justices, they are still going to be justices while Inday Sara is president. Because no one can stop Inday Sara presidency, they have to decide on this first. Because they do not want to be on the bad side of Inday Sara. Because you know, if Inday Sara is going to be our president in 2028, gaganti yan. If they're going to push for the impeachment trial, it is going to be a constitutional crisis, and at that point, the ultimate arbiter is going to be the people. So ngayon, kaya dapat itong mga senador na to, they have to be very, very careful sa pinagkukukudan nila. Alagad ni Sas at Joey, hi Miss Joey, congratulations sa atin, umpisa na to, correct. Later on, no, kasi you know, the decision of the Supreme Court is basically about junking the impeachment complaint, itong nandito sa Senate ngayon, pero maaari pa kasi silang mag-file ng impeachment sa February 6, 2026. So, ako tingin ko, magta-try uli sila next year dadalhin nila sa parang medyo pa-end ng 2026. Not exactly on February 6, pero ano nila yan, magbi-build up sila ng bonggang-bongga kasi by then, yun yung pinaka-last shot nila in order to make Inday Sara ineligible for the 2028 election. So, magbantay pa rin tayo, no? Pag-usapan natin mamaya yan ng mas bonggang-bongga. Claire, sana yung habeas corpus na ang isunod nila. Oo nga naglabasan na mga expert na mas magaling pa sa SC. Good job, Essie. Sana next naman ng GAA, padala kay FPRRD sa ICC, reklamo kay George Garcia. Sabi naman Grace of Crichton, good evening Miss Joey. Sabi ni VP Inday dati, kung di man daw matuloy ang trial, ay lilinawin pa din daw niya lahat ng mga issues laban sa kanya through press con. Kailan kaya kaka-excite? True. Of course, first I would like to give some love sa Supreme Court kasi sa totoo lang, ako medyo yung Supreme Court is too slow in settling national public interest cases. And yung pagiging slow na to, injustice na yun Actually, sa totoo lang hindi nga siya dapat nagtagal Dapat nung nakita yun ng Supreme Court, nag-act na sila dyan immediately Kasi very, very glaring yung errors. Hindi nga dapat tumagal. Yung pagtagal ng conversation tungkol sa unconstitutionality ng impeachment ni Inday is already injustice. Kasi it is something that should have been easy to decide upon. Sige, parang lumabas yung decision. Sige, thankful na rin ako kasi lumabas diba? Pero let us not forget na yung time kasi na they put it up in public discussion and they are not acting, they are not saying anything. Nabigyan ng credit yung nabigyan ng dignidad yung yung impeachment. When in fact, dapat at the onset, dapat nag-decide na agad si Supreme Court na, oy, mali yan. So sa totoo lang ako, parang itong decision ng Supreme Court na to, sige, salamat na rin dahil finally naglabas na kayo. Pero, magkalinawan lang po tayo I'm still very frustrated and disappointed dun sa fact na yung mga public interest issues sa Supreme Court ay hindi nila dinidesisyonan ng mabilisan. Maybe the Supreme Court is receiving pressure from the legislature and the executive. I think yun talaga yan Kasi otherwise, what will stop you from doing your job? You know, the people in the Supreme Court, they are the best and the brightest Filipinos. Matatalino yan. Imposibleng matatagalan magsulat sa mga desisyon na alam naman nila na within their expertise. It's not gonna take them that long to sort out. So kaya sila natatagalan dyan kasi may nagme-medal. May nagpe-pressure sa kanila. So I really hope that the Supreme Court would find a way to fight their space in this government. Pagkatapos bilang, hello, wow.
Yung mga pink imbierno sila dun sa decision na si Yonen ang nagsulat, no? And may theory naman ako kung bakit ganyan ang posture ni Justice Yonen na aminin nyo, no? Si Justice Yonen ang may mga pinaka-eloquent na mga obiter. Alam mo, emotionally evocative talaga ang mga obiter ni Leonen. Kaya nga marami ring mga lawyer na imbierno sa kanya kasi ang grabe kasi ang rhetorical flourishes ni Justice Leonen. Well, wala na kayong magagawa dyan, no? Dahil Justice Leonen is very, sabihin na natin, very lyrical, no? Very lyrical magsulat si Justice Leonen. Kaya alam mo yung kaya sinasabi ko yung decision niya noon na anti-EDCA, that's going to be one of the classics. Ikaw ba naman, kasama mo ba naman yung decision mo ng quote from General Luna?
Oo.
Sabi ko, kakaiba talaga sa Justice Leonen. Now, what can I say about this? Well, shout out to Palsis because ang kaso mo na nagkaroon dito ng nagkaroon ng starring role.
Talaga ba?
Basta mo ba yun? Oo, in-invoke ni Justice Leonen.
Gigil talaga si Justice Palsis, ano? Alam mo, ano yan? Gigil yan. That's how they clap back.
Ang eksena ng mga yan is, I believe, kaya dito natin masasabi na bright talaga si Senator Alan Cayetano. Alam mo yon, yung di ba, ang unang gusto ni Bato is to dismiss the impeachment complaint. Tapos, di ba, nag-intervene si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano sa'yo, APC bongga ka dito. Sabi niya, huwag nating i-dismiss. Di ba, parang ganun, wag i-dismiss, i-remand, ibabalikin doon to actually ayusin nila tong eksena ng buhay ninyo. I believe the wisdom there is, meron kasi nakabindi na Supreme Court case. Hindi pa lumalabas. And I think they want, diba, sure ba yung actions natin? Kasi pag dinismiss mo, baka yan ang ma-question sa Supreme Court. Yung pag-dismiss ng complaint. Ngayon, kung itutuloy natin itong impeachment trial, magiging moot and academic na yung Supreme Court case. Kasi nag-acquire ka na ng jurisdiction. Alam mo yon, magiging complicated na. Alam mo yan? Okay, ano gagawin natin? Mag-acquire ba tayo ng jurisdiction o hindi? Ngayon, yung sinasabi nila na, well, kung sino pa yung iba nagsabi na gusto nila na ituloy? Or saka si Bam? Si Bam din ba yung nagsabi na?
Bam, yes. They want to proceed with the trial.
Hindi pati ata si Bam. Well, you can do that. But the thing is, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng constitutional crisis. Now you have, actually, we already have a full-blown constitutional crisis. The country is no longer the same. No? Dahil sa mga kagahaman ninyo gusto nyo maging presidente, you really would like to risk the country towards a constitutional crisis. We actually already have that. The House of Representatives do not accept it. They have a different interpretation of the Constitution. Ngayon, kung itutuloy ng Senate, and you have a full-blown Congress who do not agree with the interpretation of the Constitution by the body that has been delegated the sole power to interpret the Constitution. Now, saan ngayon pupunta to? Okay? Pag tinuloy niya impeachment trial, sino magre-resolve ng constitutional crisis impasse? Sino? Okay, Joey, basahin mo ang article sa Constitution kung nasaan ang sovereignty ng Pilipinas. Where does it emanate? Kailangan eksakto tayo.
Article 2, Section 1, the Philippines is a democratic and republican state. Sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them.
Okay. Ngayon, because government authority emanates from the people, kung mayroong constitutional crisis, who will resolve it? People na. So now, this is now an impetus for a people power and the armed forces of the Philippines will have to protect the people when that happens because it's already the people taking the reign. Arbiter is the people because the sovereignty resides in the people, emanate from the people. Nagigets nyo na. So ngayon, this is now the opportunity for everyone to take this seriously. We have a constitutional crisis. So the only one that can resolve this constitutional crisis is the source of government authority.
If they're going to push for the impeachment trial, It's gonna call for constitution. It is going to be a constitutional crisis, and at that point, the ultimate arbiter is going to be the people. So ngayon, kaya dapat itong mga senador na to, they have to be very, very careful sa pinagkukukudan nila. They have to be really careful. Ako, sa totoo lang, I do not want to disturb them while making a mistake.
Pero yun na nga, meron ka ng full-blown constitutional crisis. Kasi nga, ayan ang eksena niyan. Kahit ituloy niya sa Senate, if the Senate will disregard the Supreme Court decision, itutuloy nila kahit against sa Constitution yung impeachment, then you now have a full-blown constitutional crisis. Kasi kanino makikinig yung mga tao about interpretation? Di ba nga, tayo na nga, through the Constitution, we gave the Supreme Court the sole power to interpret the Constitution.
Yeah,
all siya lang ang authoritative interpretation of the Constitution. Not the President, not the Congress. O, di ba? O, di, wala ka na. Kung babaliwalain nyo yan, you already actually, ano na tayo? Open hunting season na tayo. Wala na. The Constitution is no longer in effect because you don't subscribe to the authority given the sole power to interpret the Constitution. So, we are now entering a pivotal moment, no? Kaya mga tao, mag-isip-isip kayo, ha? You are the arbiter.
Can the people declare a RevGov at that point and seat VP to be the president of RevGov? Ganon. So, kailangan mo talaga ng revolution. Ngayon, pagka nag-revolution, hindi, ito kasi yung malaking problema. We have to know exactly what we wanted. Ganon. We have to know exactly what we wanted. So, kung kunwari, kagaya nung, so ano bang gusto mong gawin? Power grab? So, install mo si Inday Sara na bilang maging presidente, or i-install mo si Inday Sara because you want to declare Bongbong Marcos incompetent dun sa trabaho niya. Kasi if it is the second one, it means you're just going to follow the framework of the existing constitution. Hindi yun magiging revolution. But if your intention was really to change the entire system,
hindi magiging revolution.
Miss Joey, sa mga nangyayari, can we say we have constitutional crisis if people act doing people power? What if Ngagva declares ML? I mean, we should be solid in peaceful protest. Babalik rin tayo ng BBM. Ganito kasi yan. Ang revolution, mangyayari ang revolution, a successful revolution is a successful regime change. So ngayon, kapag kunwari, magmamount ka ng revolution, pagkatapos natalo ka, pwede rebels tayong lahat. Ganun yon. Ganun yon. So, ibig sabihin, if you really want to change the system, it has to be, everyone should be committed to do it. Kasi pagka kunwari, nagapi ka nung may hawak ng power, edi we're going to be in a full-blown dictatorship. Kunwari, nag-martial law siya, pagkatapos hindi tayo kinampihan ng AFP, ganyan-ganyan. If that's the situation, edi defeated tayo, magiging rebels tayo lahat, so huli tayo lahat. Ganon, then that's a failed attempt. So, kaya nga hindi biro-biro yan yung magsasabi na, magrevolusyon na tayo. Kasi, you just have one shot on that. You cannot mount a revolution and make it like, parang yung testing lang, tingnan natin kung mag-work. Hindi mo pwede yung ganun. Kasi pag natalo ka sa revolution, criminal ka. So, ngayon, ang tawag dito, yung tanong kasi kanina, pwede ba na mag-revolution tayo pagkatapos i-install natin si Inday Sara? So, basically, that is going to be a power grab. And, like I said, if people are going to indulge themselves dun sa mga ganong thoughts, for me, dapat alam ng mga tao kung ano exactly ang gusto niyang mangyari. What do you want is to install Inday Sara because that is the framework of the 1987 Constitution dahil siya ang magiging successor ng isang incompetent na presidente. Ganun ba ang gusto niyong gawin? Kasi if that's going to happen, it's not a revolution, it's just a power grab. You just force the the provision of the 1987 Constitution you just force it to happen. Na hindi, mag-succeed ka na dyan kay Bongbong Marcos kasi wala siyang kwenta. So, ibig sabihin, if that's going to happen, whatever change that we are going to foster in order to install VP Sara, that is going to be within the framework of the Constitution. Hindi yan revolution. So, parang magiging power grab lang yun. Ngayon, kung kunwari, ang intention naman ng mga Pilipino ay talagang to change the entire system. So this is not limited to Inday Sara. If you are going to change the entire system, you're going to change the form of government, tatanggalin natin ang Congress, ganyan-ganyan, then that is going to be the revolution. So what do you really want? What do you really want to do? 'Di ba? Yun ang question dyan. And for me, what I wanted, if, kung talagang nasa akin ang kapalaran ng wala naman ako kakayahan to change the Philippine situation, no? Pero kung tatanungin, kung mag-i-indulge ang mga Pilipino sa isang change na ina-aspire niya, no, we have to change the system. We have a bulok system. Change the system. Find a system that would really work for us, the one that would truly have check and balances, the one that would really hold our government officials accountable. For example, ito lang how do we hold accountable our congressmen? How do we hold accountable our senators? Yung mga impeachable officers, pwede mong i-impeach, 'di ba? Paano mo i-impeach ang Paano mo tatanggalin sa pwesto ang isang corrupt na congressman? Kakasuhan mo sa ombudsman. Pag kinasuhan mo sa ombudsman, si ombudsman i-refer sa ethics committee ng Congress. Sa ethics committee ng Congress, anong gagawin niya dyan? Uupuan lang naman niya yan. Hindi naman niya patatalsikin yung barkada niya. 'Di ba? Same with the Senate. So this system doesn't have any accountability. 'Di ba? This system doesn't have any accountability. Ganon. So, what do you really want to do? Kaya nga, di ba, kahit si Inday Sara, sinasabi niya yan your love for the country should not be limited to the Dutertes. Inday is not the Messiah. But of course, she is a very, very good leader. But as Filipinos, we should know what we really want. Kaso, wala naman tayo sa ganun Parang, we are very, very highly partisan Kagaya nito na parang natalo sa desisyon yung mga kakamping. So ngayon ang sigaw nila is that bias, ang makaduterte ang korte, ganyan-ganyan. Ganun agad yung drama nitong mga highly educated kakampings na ito. 'Di ba? Kasi for them, the only way para maging patas ang mundo ay pagkakampihan sila.